So we're on ASIC miner values, and we're going to talk about some ASICs. We're going to talk about ASICs. I'm going to break down some stuff that a lot of miners are not going to talk about. A lot of miners won't tell you about. A lot of miners are hiding, like the fact that they're running sponsor deals. So they might introduce a miner that's making money to you for you to buy it. But in 6 months, 2 years, or 6 months, or a year, 2 years, that miner is going to be completely worthless, and it'll probably be a doorstop, or you could use it to hold down your paperwork in your office. Doge right now is on fire, so the L9, L7, it's always been kind of profitable, even in the bear market. I mean, $5 a day, $7 a day, stuff like that. It wasn't too exciting. They've been putting out new Bitcoin miners constantly. I'm a Bitcoin miner. They've been putting out new Bitcoin miners constantly. But I always tell people this: when they launch a Bitcoin miner, they already have a Bitcoin miner that's twice the hash power that's available. So if they're doing 300 terahash, they're doing 600 terahash. If they're not doing 600, they're doing somewhere, in between that. So they don't give you what the top of the line ASICs. Okay, and this is the problem with Bitmain and a lot of these ASIC manufacturers, because they're also miners. So they're mining crypto, right? And then they're selling, once those ASICs are obsolete, they're selling those ASICs off to you for a profit, and then they only last 6 months, a year, 2 years sometimes, and then they're worthless. And that's actually extremely sad. And eventually, Bitmain won't be in power. Once Bitcoin hits a certain threshold, you're gonna have Microsoft, AMD, Nvidia, and a lot of these guys creating their own ASICs, and then you won't sell their ASIC hardware. They'll just throw it in the trash, because you don't want your competition to get your secret sauce. But yeah, a lot of you guys that are mining Doge, think about this, okay? Elon is a part of Trump's campaign in some way. You know what I'm saying? He's a part of the administration, and he's starting his own little, department called Doge or whatever, right? It's not about Doge. It has nothing to do with Doge. And I doubt that this spike is going to last after the inauguration. So after he's in the White House, this spike won't last. Actually, I think the market is going to take a dive, because Trump is known for a lot of different things like tariffs, high tensions. So this won't last. So if you're mining Doge right now and you're making money on your L7, L9, take profits. I would take profits every day. Every single day, I would take profits. Because you have to think about those speculative scenarios when you're mining. Unlike, even with stocks, you have to do the same thing, but it's not as drastic with stocks. Because stocks have earnings, they actually are profitable, and Doge isn't profitable at all. Only if you're mining it. It's not really a profitable company. It's not a company. It's a currency, right? It's an inflationary currency. It it's its supply is the same every year. So every year, if 100 Doge coins are printed every year, another 100 are printed, right? So that's how that works. The continues forever. It's no having or anything like that, like in Litecoin or Bitcoin. So holding Doge is essentially a sucker's bet, and this is why Doge is funny because it makes no sense. It's stupid, right? Everybody knows this, but people still indulge in it, and it's one of the top cryptos. But it holding 40 cents, 70 cents, a dollar, unlikely, extremely unlikely. Like 99%. So I would take profits constantly with Doge. If I own Doge, which I don't because it's stupid, right? Because if you know the underlying mechanics of it, you don't want to own Doge. It just doesn't make any sense, right? So if I own Doge or owned it, I would sell it right now. This would be the perfect time. 40 cents was the perfect time for you to sell Doge. I mean, and going up to, again, him going into the White House, you'll realize that Elon, with that power, has no purpose for Doge, right? Now, they might integrate Doge into different things, but that really means nothing too because Doge, again, is inflationary. If you understand the mechanics of Doge, there's no reason to hold it. It's going to continue to be inflationary forever.